Hi, my name is Melissa Osborne, and I'm the Senior Manager of Asset Planning for the City of Windsor. We're here today to go over the 2020 8-year capital budget and give you some indication of how you might be able to review the budget and find some information that might be of interest to you. The budget in 2020 is slightly different than what it was last year in that there is still the detailed project book, but there is also an executive summary that provides a different way of looking at the budget and how the investments are being made. So with that, we're going to take a look at how you can access that information online from your computer. So if you go to the City of Windsor's website at citywindsor.ca, from the front page under City Hall, you can click on Budget. Once you're at this page, if you scroll down, you'll notice there's two links to the 2020 recommended 8-year capital budget, the executive summary, as well as the capital projects detail. If you're looking for specific project information, such as what roads might be done or sewers, you're going to want to look in the capital projects detail book. It's a rather sizable document and includes detailed information about each and every project included in the capital budget. The executive summary, however, provides a high-level understanding of the types of investments being made, and this is the document that's new this year for the capital budget. So we'll start with the detailed capital budget book. If you're online, you'll notice that there's 573 pages in the capital budget. If you want to look up something specific, for instance, what projects include work on LaBelle, just click Control F and type in LaBelle. The system will then pull up pages with that name. So you'll notice on the proposed 2020 road rehabilitation program, Longfellow from Alexandra to LaBelle Street is considered one of the projects. LaBelle from Rockwell to Alexandra, and LaBelle from Alexandra to Dominion as well. And you'll notice here, this will tell you how many instances that particular road is found. We'll pick another road, Francois, and you'll notice that there's more hits for Francois. And in this particular case, we're also going to be doing some sidewalk rehabilitation in that area, some sewer work, as well as road work. So that's a quick and easy way to find some of the information you might be looking for in the capital budget. If you're curious as to what all of the projects are that are contained, you can scroll right back up to the top. And every single project in the document is listed by the major category in which they're considered. And those categories would be roads, sewers, transportation infrastructure, corporate property, parks and recreation, technology, as well as investments in our ABCs. And you can see line by line what the projects are and how much funding over the course of the 8 years is being recommended. And then the page number here indicates what page number you can go to in the detailed budget book if you want to read more information about what's included in that particular project. In the executive summary booklet, we've recategorized all of the investments into 5 major classifications. The first one are what we're calling non-discretionary investments or pre-commitments. So in these particular cases, these investments are funding that might come from a third party, such as grant funding, or might be money that we would recollect from someone like Windsor Utilities when we do the water portion of a major sewer project. Or these are commitments that council has already made of future dollars in order to complete a project in a timely fashion, sometimes ahead of when the funding is available, leveraging opportunities for lower tender bids in an earlier part of the year. Service sustainability investments speaks to any investments that are based on improving the current assets that the city already owns. So rehabilitation of roads are in here, as well as several other projects identified that continue to ensure that the assets and the services that they provide to the community are maintained. Category 3 identifies projects that are both of a service sustainability and enhancement. So these are projects such as Cabana Road, where we're replacing the 2-lane road, as well as expanding it and including other features, which would be the enhancement portion of it. So this particular category outlines where it's a combination of both of those activities. Category 4 speaks to any investments that are enhanced services or non-infrastructure based types of investments. Those could be things such as economic development opportunities, they could be promotion of different events, they could be theming and districting, or other types of projects of that nature, and those you would find in here. Active transportation and the continued expansion of cycling can also be found in this area. And then the fifth category is agency boards and committee investments. So these are investments made in police, library, airport, and other such agencies for the city. It should be noted that in category 1, there could be a combination of any of these types of investments, except the only difference is that the funding has already been committed or the funding is not city proper funding. So to give an example of what would be in category 1, projects such as the Meadowbrook Housing Project, in which the city has committed significant funding to get that new housing development off the ground. Those funds are committed, and it is a project that the city is doing. Even though it's for an agency board and committee, as I said, the funding is committed, therefore that's where you will find it in section 1. So this gives you a good understanding of how to take a look at this particular document and the different types of investments the city has. This budget also includes the investment recommendations associated with sustaining the assets over the life of them, which came from the asset management plan, in which a 1.16% increase each year for 6 years has been recommended to council and will be for consideration. Should that recommendation be approved as presented, that would mean an additional $67 million in investments over the next 8 years in improving our road networks, our sewers, ensuring that playgrounds are replaced as they come to end of life, and dealing with all other park and such assets that the city owns and operates that provide services to the community. So that's how to navigate the 2020 8-year capital budget. They can be found online at citywindsor.ca. The capital and operating budget deliberations will take place on January 27, 2020.